Microsoft just announced that the Xbox One and Xbox One X are now compatible with original Xbox games, not just Xbox 360 ones. 13 games have been announced for the program, including fan favorites like Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, and Ninja Gaiden Black, but it got us thinking, what else might be on the way? Here are the 10 original Xbox games we'd love to play on Xbox One.
Understand the concept of love.
Known for crazy detailed, cel-shaded animation and awesome music, Jet Set Radio Future was one of the coolest original Xbox titles with so much style. Most of what you do is graffiti over other people's tags, but to do that you've got to rollerblade through an alluring futuristic version of Tokyo where freedom of expression is not allowed. Sometimes that even takes you across the back of a 200-foot dragon, because why not? Set in a beautiful, curious land inspired by the mythology of ancient China, Jade Empire is a simpler RPG than most BioWare games, but one that's filled with just as much dialogue as it is action. Jade Empire is all about the world and the characters in it, and being one of BioWare's first games that wasn't tied to a license like Star Wars or Dungeons & Dragons, it's just so full of exciting creativity.
Just you, me, Briefing Boy here, a handful of pilots, and some of your favorite toys. You up for this?
Mech Assault is crazy sci-fi mech action, and while it did come with a solid, fast-paced campaign, its biggest draw was always its online component. It was one of the first games to have proper Xbox Live functionality, and I have missed those chaotic, giant robot multiplayer fights ever since. And hey, we don't have a whole lot of mech games coming out right now in general, let alone ones that let you blow up other 40-foot tall robots online. When Burnout 3 Takedown released, IGN called it one of the best games of that console generation. Now we're saying it's still one of the best arcade races ever made, with over-the-top takedowns, a crazy rocket-style speed boost, and a smart balance between those fictional mechanics and actual simulated driving skill. Takedown is chaotic and fun, but also paved the way for Criterion to be one of the industry leaders in driving physics and a spot-on sense of speed. Not only was it the first game in the series to receive an M rating, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is also one of the darkest Splinter Cell games, presenting you with some pretty messed up moral decisions. At the time it came out, it was crazy impressive for its ragdoll physics and HDR lighting, but Chaos Theory's stealth action gameplay is what makes us want to play it again, with so many different ways to approach combat scenarios. The international political plot is pretty high stakes and intense too.
Doesn't sound too good down there, Fisher.
With Red Dead Redemption 2 on its way, what better time to jump back into Red Dead Revolver? It's an atmospheric Wild West revenge story that turns out to be something a whole lot bigger. Revolver has a whole lot of interesting side characters that pace out the third-person shooting segments, which also include duels and Max Payne-style slow time segments. It does have some clunky, outdated mechanics, but honestly, it's still cool to see what birthed Red Dead Redemption itself.
Ready to pay the price.
This can't be real!
Releasing in January 2004, Breakdown was praised for its near-seamless pairing of first-person action with first-person storytelling. It had a ton of attention paid to making sure mechanics felt realistic, like making players actually open doors by grabbing the handle. Some of those mechanics were clunky in practice, but its crazy time-traveling alien plot made up for that by being seriously compelling and well voice-acted too.
What's wrong?
Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay was a prequel to the Chronicles of Riddick film, but don't let that put you off. This is still easily one of the best movie video game tie-ins, often likened to Half-Life, Thief, and Metal Gear. It was a really solid stealth game, featuring improvised weapons like shivs and clubs to fit the prison breakout vibe, and attacks could be chained together for some sweet combos. Thankfully, KOTOR is already available on Xbox One, but what about Star Wars Republic Commando? It delivered an authentic Star Wars experience while focusing on tactical first-person combat. One particularly cool thing was that if you got down, you could still order your AI squad mate to revive you or to follow through with the mission without you. You only got game over if you all died, or if they couldn't reach you. Mercenaries' Playground of Destruction was a sandbox action-adventure where it felt like almost everything could explode. I mean, you could level entire buildings. Awesome. Set in a war-torn North Korea, it also featured some pretty heavy reputation-based social mechanics, pitting different factions against each other. It was a solid mix between total mayhem and free-flowing responsibility.
Detonator set. Clear.
And there you have it, 10 original Xbox games we want to play on Xbox One or Xbox One X. There are definitely more than just 10, and we'd love to hear what you guys want to see the most. While you're here, check out our review of the Xbox One X, the new console that Microsoft has heralded as the most powerful one ever made. I'm Alana, thanks for watching IGN.